Hi, my name is Guzano. Today I will talking about rising inequalities and political instability, its effects on the global economy. There are broad and different definitions of political instability. First, it can be called the tendency of regime or government change. Therefore, it may mean political unrest in society, such as protests. Political instability can be defined as the degree to which basic policies, such as property rights, are affected by changes that often lead to them. On the other hand, economic inequality refers to the unequal opportunities to obtain wealth in the given environment. In most cases, inequality is discussed in terms of equivalent household income. The root cause of economic inequality and political instability include corruption within the ruling government and the ineffective allocation of natural resources. Next. Both political instability and economic instability are deeply related to the country and the global economic as a whole. For example, economic inequality and political instability can interfere with a country's creativity and innovation. For example, within a country, national resources are unevenly distributed in different regions of the state, and the regions of favor representative face unclear distribution of social facilities such as schools, which hinder access to basic education in certain regions. Next, in addition, it prevents children and the general populations in their specific areas from accessing high-quality medical care. For example, in 2011, 50% of Ethiopian companies has access to internet connection and electricity. However, due to the continuing political turmoil in the country, this proportion dropped to 29% in 2017. As a result, Ethiopian companies that fund research and development have also fallen from 35% in 2010 to 11% in 2017. Many companies and investors in the region have stopped investing. This shows that investors are avoiding investment in the context of political instability, leading to imbalances in the global economic. Next, in an environment of political instability, freedom of the press and the political debate have been relatively ignored and weakened. In other words, political instability has reduced the level of social mobility, and the abuse of power and corruption in many countries have increased. For example, Vietnam is governed by the ruling party, and its economy and is considered to be one of the unstable economies on the Asian continent. From 1998 to 2007, Vietnam were relatively stable, and the level of trade differences was reasonable. However, as the political instability and inequality in the region have increased, leading to the emergency of civil unrest. Many companies have encountered economic difficulties. The civil the civil strict cost inflation in the country, which reached 23% in 2009. Next, political instability can also disrupt the supply chain of national or regional enterprises. Most investors are afraid of shipping their products to the conflicting countries. Similarly, companies in politically unstable regions are unlikely to export their products because productivity within the organization will decrease. For example, the narratives of Vietnamese state-owned companies promoting zombie employee indicate poor economic performance. Vietnam's economic growth in 2020 is only 5%, and the state-owned enterprises contribute 41% of the entire GDP. Therefore, inequality and political instability will reduce the overall economy of the country and the world. Next. In an organizational setting, effective management and communication depends on inclusiveness in the organization, not inequality and difference. It contributes to the cohesion and the mutual recognition between employees, thereby promoting creativity and innovation within the company. In addition, it allows customers to understand, thereby promoting sales and revenue generation for the entire organization. On the contrary, inequality leads to unbalanced pay between employee and the residents. There leads to unbalanced economic growth. In short, political instability and inequality are the main factors causing the economic crisis. Global markets, supply chain management, and marketing strategies should be interconnected to reduce economic gaps and promote economic growth. These are my references. Thanks for your listening.